Just finishing up some work and felt I would start up a conversation on the way home while driving. And the title of the video is Avoiding Premarital Intimacy. The thing is let's see here. The thing is that whether or not you agree, I'll offer reasons why if you're so convinced in your position. See, here's one thing about philosophy and logic and also opinions, is that if you really believe or you really are strong in what you think, then you should be not afraid to debate or have that be challenged, because you should be certain about who you are and what your position is. So my position is, well, first of all, and the other thing is, why would I reduce Shieldheart into something so specific as that? And the reason is because what I'm doing is I'm using, it's an important concept presented in business, where it's about the focus on one thing, and that one thing is like what your specialty is. And so whatever area of business or trade that you're in, you should have some signature skills. Like if you're a carpenter, maybe you're an expert at renovating decks, or maybe if you're a laborer, you're really good at loading and unloading trucks, or perhaps in strapping them down, or perhaps you're good at mobilizing and organizing building materials like tile and cement bags on a job site. That's kind of where I'm going with this premarital intimacy stuff. It's like it's one of those, like, it's one of those things where it's like, this is like my trademark. It's like what I'm expert at, I would say. And so the way that I'm good at, the reason I'm good at it is because not only have I developed a thought process for, or a rationale for why to avoid premarital intimacy, but I've also created a process to avoid both the ideas in your own head of why you might want it and should avoid it, and manage your own desires, and also how to deal with other people who are trying to influence your life and make it, and try to, in effect, take your body or take your time even, or your money. So what I'm thinking is, my website's going to be all about avoiding premarital intimacy, because part of the other problem of when you get into too many other subjects, like for example, if I was to include the veganism angle, then I'm going to, by default, I'm going to lose interest from people, because for example, a lot of religious people, such as Christian or Muslim or otherwise, they're gonna have this idea of that they should that they like the idea of avoiding premarital intimacy, but then they hear me talking about veganism. They're distracted, or they then they become defensive because it's just too much, and so, and this is just advice that I think in general, it's like people don't want, it's like if I'm an architect, they don't want me to be like, their personal doctor or trainer or advisor or financial advisor. They don't. It's just too much. Even if the skills are possessed, there's a certain element of the professional. Like, if I'm going to be a professional at this, if I'm going to help teach parents to protect their children, if I'm going to teach younger people to protect themselves from older predatory people, even people their age, there's a lot of people that are going to be predatory towards each other, even if they're similar age, and so the trick is to have it be a controlled situation where you're in control of your life, you like your life, and you recognize that sexuality is a strong physical sensation, and it can result in unwanted attachments and addictions to people that you may not agree with. By not agree with, I mean that you don't like who they really are, and who you only like them for their body. And so this is one point that I've discovered in my awareness, is that the issue is, if somebody doesn't like if you just like someone for their body, what that means is that you're not making family a priority, because it means that you're not trying to choose someone to live together and have the same values, and then express and teach those values into the future, you're just pursuing, you're using a person like a drug, and that's like using a drug because it's destructive, just like a drug. It makes you not focus on your values. It makes you not be controlling your life because you're giving your time and energy to something that's unsustainable, that's not gonna, even if it's just sexual interactions, you're giving that passionate energy, and obviously that's also time, and often that involves the man paying for things like meals and activities to that kind of. The thing is, guys, it's really simple. It's like if you loved someone, then you would not want to have intercourse with them, because you wouldn't want to have any intimacy with them, because you don't. It's just a paradox. You would not want to have sex with them because that just would prove that the sex is more important than marriage. And so let's go into reasons why people want premarital intimacy. One of the reasons is because they see it as like a they see it as something that's like they see it like it's this. Yeah, we're trying to avoid hell, or trying to, or they see it as this thing where it's like people tell them they're going to hell, and they may not believe it, or they may not think that a hell is possible, or a very dark life, or that you're bringing even bad karma. Women, and people might think that's like an objectification of women, but no, it's actually women should want to protect themselves as well. And the way you do that is you stay around logic with you because they care about you. And so this is all of what I'm gonna present on my website. It's gonna be a new way of looking at things. It's going to be using the words guardians, not parents, and it's going to apply especially to the guardians of women. And for men, the thing about it for men is for men, it's, of course, it's good that they have people who are guardians of them and can help teach them and whatnot, but it's men, it's really important for them to not label people their authority, because men need to be their own person, like in the sense